Last week we told you about the tragic incident involving the father of Leafs, Brian Spencer. At that time, when we made the report, we weren't able to acquire the clip of what was going on that night. During the Maple Leaf hockey game, Brian Spencer was interviewed between periods by Hockey Night in Canada legendary host Ward Cornell. We were able to this week, thanks to the top hockey historian on the planet, Paul Patsko, we were able to acquire a clip of that interview, and we thought we'd bring that to you here. Brian, for the first time on national television, and we have the clip here, and we'll just let you listen to that right now.
The Minnesota North Stars and the Montreal Canadiens, and we're happy now to welcome a young man who's just been with the Leafs this past week, Brian Spencer. And Brian, since joining the team, looks like you've come to play.
That's what I had in mind when I came up.
Brian, when they came up, did they say they wanted you to do some thumping, hard hitting?
Not really, but it always turns out that way. This is my style of hockey.
That's your style of game, right? In 2 games, you've had 2 spirited encounters. Do you find that when you have a bit of a reputation that people try to test you?
Yeah, I find that. My experience in the Central League, it takes about a half a season to establish yourself, and then you start getting your breaks. The guys leave you alone, but up until then, there's always guys running you, testing you.
The word gets around and they try you.
Yeah.
Now, up until last year, last year you were up for how many games?
I was 13 games.
13 games.
I came up March 14th.
Did you feel you had a pretty good shot at it?
Not. I had a good first game, but I was unfortunate in getting hurt the first game, and so that hurt my chances right there.
And Brian, tell me about yourself. Your home is where?
In Fort St. James, British Columbia. It's about the central of the province. That's where I played most of my minor hockey.
And you played junior hockey?
In Estevan, Saskatchewan. It was, at that time, a Bruin organization. And then I turned pro with Tulsa last fall, and I've been in there, between there and here since then.
Now, Brian, are you on what they call emergency recall?
Yes, I believe so. Trottier was hurt, and they recalled the winger, and I happen to be the winger, so I'm up on emergency as far as I know.
Now, is that any limited number of games? I mean, like to play 6 games, you have to go back, or not?
I'm not really sure. Last year I was on emergency recall too, but I stayed up the rest of the season. I believe it was because I was hurt, I'm not sure, but I'm on emergency call right now.
Well, now you've been up in the 2 games, the Wednesday game and here. Was there one, were you on the road for 1 game or not?
No, I came up after the Pittsburgh game.
Now then, both of those were, so far, this one's been a good rough encounter. Physically, which team is a rougher team, Chicago or Montreal?
I think Montreal's a rougher team of the 2.
Why?
And, they're harder hitting and they're faster. And when you have a faster game, you have more aggressive play and consequently a lot more rougher play.
Brian, what personal goals have you set for yourself for this year?
For this year, I'd like to stay up with Toronto and help the club as much as I can and maybe score 15 goals if I can.
Thank you very much, Brian, and the very best of good luck to you in pursuit of that. Hockey Night in Canada continues in just a moment.